Hello students. Hello ma'am. I am Mrs. Sheetal Ashok Moske, student of second year B.Ed KKWA College of Education. Today I am going to conduct one geography lesson for 7th standard. Okay. So the name of our lesson is Major Landforms of the Earth. Today we are going to learn the different types of landforms which are on the earth. So let's see that our earth is made up of two things, that is water and land. This we know very well. Now because the land and the water bodies, these are the two major parts of the earth. Among that, today we are going to learn about the landforms only. Water bodies we will continue in the next videos. So, landforms are natural shapes or features of the earth. So, due to some changes, maybe the natural changes, maybe the changes in the solar system, due to some changes, the geographical structure means the landforms are changing, and because of that changes only the different type of landforms has formed. So these type landforms includes mountains, valleys, plateaus, plains, islands and peninsula. These are some main landforms. Okay. So mountains, valley, plateaus, plains, islands and peninsula. These 6 are the main important landforms. Now, the various landforms on the earth's surface are result of two types of process. The first one is endogenic force and exogenic force. Endogenous means it occurs beneath the surface of the earth, whereas the exogenic means it occurs above the surface of the earth. See, what is the difference? It occurs beneath the surface of the earth. Beneath means the below the surface of the earth, means which are underground we can say, whereas the exogenic means it occurs above the surface of the earth. Okay. For example, we can see the mountains, those are above the surface of the earth, right? But the things which are below the surface of the earth, we can consider it as a endogenic. We will see the examples of the both. Second thing, it causes natural devastations and physical changes in the earth's surface like earthquakes, volcanoes and formation of mountains or valleys. Okay, so volcano is what is the example which is available beneath of the earth, below the earth. So because of this endogenic force, we can have earthquakes, we have the volcanoes, and because of this endogenic also we can we have the mountains and valleys also. Whereas exogenic means it causes the physical changes in earth's surface like sea acres, mushroom rocks, seashores, sand dunes. These are some examples of exogenic. Now we will start with the 6 different landforms, and among that the first one is the mountain. Mountain is a large landform that rises above the surrounding land in a limited area, usually in the form of peak. Okay, now you all are familiar with mountain. So mountain is nothing but the landform that rises above the surrounding of the land. Okay. Secondly, some mountains occurs in a long chain called ranges. Like we know the Sahyadri ranges. So there are a group of mountains. So that is also happened due to the physical changes on the landforms. Some mountains peaks are permanently covered with snow and are called snow caps, right? Some mountain peaks are permanently covered by the snow, and that's why they are called as a snow caps. For example, Mount Everest, which is always covered with snow. Nextly, Hills are naturally raised areas of land that are lower than mountains. So we are very well familiar with mountains and hills. Okay, hills are naturally raised but they are lower than the mountains. So this is the first landform, that is mountains. Now let's see the second landform. Let's continue with the second slide. How are mountain forms? Okay, how are mountain forms? So mountains can also form along natural fault lines. These are places in Earth's crust where tectonic plates grind against each other. One other way mountain form is as the result of volcanic activity below Earth's surface. Sometimes molten rocks called magma gets pushed up towards the surface, and when that happens it cools and forms hard rock. Eventually the softer rock above it erodes the river dome-shaped mountains below. So these are the two reasons given how does the mountain forms, right? So in this picture you can see how does the mountain falls, because of the volcanoes also we can see that mountains are formed. There are some types of mountains, like mountains are classified based on their form, means how they are going to form. Accordingly they have given the names, they have categorized in types. First one is, in this first picture you can see the first is called as a fold mountains, means it is developed in some partly. Nextly we have the block mountain. Thirdly we have the volcanic mountains. Then fourth we have a residual mountains. Okay. Now fold mountains. Fold mountains you can see in this picture, it is folded, means at some extent it is down, at some extent it is upside. So fold mountains are formed when two plates collide head on and their edges crumbled, much the same way as a piece of paper folds when pushed together. Means you can imagine that if you fold a piece of paper like that, these fold mountains are formed. The upward fold are known as a anticlining and the downward folds are known as a synclinings. Fold mountains are the most common type of mountain. The world's largest mountain ranges are fold mountains, and these ranges were formed over millions of years. Himalayas, right? What is Himalaya? Himalaya is the world's largest mountain range. Range means there are so many mountains are there together, so that is why it is called as a range, and Himalaya is the largest mountain range. Okay, so this is the best example of fold mountains. Himalaya is the best example of fold mountains. Block mountains. Block mountains are also called fault block mountains since they are formed due to faulting as a result of tensile and compressive forces. Basically, such mountains are formed when cracks or faults occurs in the earth's crust and the land between the cracks sinks, leaving upstanding blocks on either side. So these type of mountains are known as a block mountains. Next we have a volcanic mountains. In this picture we can see as the volcanoes is coming out, and due to the particles remains of the volcanoes we can see there are some mountains are formed. So let's see what is volcano mountains. Volcano is a mountain that has a crack or holes on the earth inside of it. As we know that volcanoes come out from the earth, so naturally it will have a hole in the earth inside. A volcano is a repeater in the crust of planetary mass object such as Earth that allows hot lava, volcanic ash and gases to escape from magma chambers below the surface. And due to all these things, the volcano mountains form. Valleys. A valley is a low area between hills or mountains, typically with a river running through it. We all are familiar about the valley. We can see the area between two mountains or two hills, and generally we always see the rivers are falling in between the mountains or in the valley. There are three common types of valleys, which include V-shaped, U-shaped and flat flowed valleys. Okay. Now here you can see it is usually has a river that at the bottom. This is what the V shape of the valley. Here you can see the V or U shape of the valley. These are the some picture which shows of it. Now let's start with the plateaus. A plateau is a flat, elevated landform that rises sharply above the surrounding area on at least one side. A plateau is a flat, elevated landform that rises sharply above the surrounding area on one side. Means generally we can see the plateaus near the seas. And plains. The best example of plateaus is what? India's landform. Like India is basically covered from three sides from the water, and the one side is land. So this type of the landforms is called as a plateaus. Now plains. A plain is a broad area of relatively flat lands, like where generally we are living, our agriculture, our industries, whatever it is going on, it is a plain form. They cover more than 1/3 of the world's land area. Plains exist on every continent. Okay. So in each and every continent we have the plain type of landforms available. Island. You know that island is a body of land which is surrounded by water, right? Many islands are quite small, covering less than 1 acres. These tiny islands are often called islets. Okay, generally the land which is covered by a water, we call it as a island, like Andaman and Nicobar Island. But many islands are very small, means they cover only the 1 acre area, more than that or less than that. So these type of small islands are called as a islets. This type of small islands are called as a islets. Islands in rivers are sometimes called ets or atolls. Okay, islands in rivers. Generally we found the islands in seas, but some islands are there also in the rivers, and these type of islands are called as a atolls or atolls. Then we have a peninsula. Peninsula is a piece of land that is almost entirely surrounded by water, but it connected to the mainland on one side, that is called the peninsula. So student, these were the some landforms we generally found on the earth, and it was just an introduction of these landforms. In next video we are going to continue the detail of each and every landform, the structure, the uses, the characteristic of each and every landform we are going to continue in the next video. This was just an introduction of the different landforms available on the earth. So we will continue in the next video with the characteristic of each and every landform in details, their structure, their uses and everything. So meanwhile you can study or you can find out the name of different examples of the different landforms. Note it down in your notebook. So till that, thank you so much.